Okay, women executives. So, the company is criticized because only 13 of 43 people in executive positions are women. The company explains that although this proportion is lower than it might wish, it's not surprising given that only 40% of all their employees are women. What do you think? Test an appropriate hypothesis and state the conclusion. Okay, so we're dealing with women executives here, so P is going to be proportion, let me zoom this out, of female executives. Okay. The hypothesis, well, 40% of the company is female, and this should be H above. Put that in. This should be H above. The null hypothesis is that P equals 0.4. The alternative hypothesis, well, what are we checking for? If it's more than 0.4, that's fine, but if it's less than 0.4, no good. So we're going to test that they're not meeting the expectations. Okay, the assumptions and conditions, 10%. And in this case, we're testing 43 executives. Are less than 10% of all executives at the company. Okay, random. Well, this was not a random sample, so we're going to assume that this sample is representative of executives at the company. Independent. So it is reasonable to assume that executives were chosen randomly, not randomly, independently at this company. And then success failure. Okay, so in success failure, 43 times 0.4 is 17.2, and that's greater than 10. And then 43 times 0.6 is 25.8, and that's greater than 10. So we met all of our conditions. Name it. This is a one-prop hypothesis test. Test statistics: P equals 0.4, Q equals 0.6, N equals 43. P hat, in this case, is going to be 13 out of 43, which is 0.302, and then Q hat is going to be 0.698. Okay. Obtain P. Z equals 0.302 minus 0.4 over the square root of P Q over N. Go to our trusty calculator. Stat test, one prop Z test. P sub 0 is 0.4. X is going to be 0.4 times 43, which is going to be 17. It has to be a whole number out of 43. We're testing less than, so we're going to do that. And we're going to draw that thing up. 13 out of 43. Okay. Alright, so we draw that thing up like that. We're going to copy that, so we got a z of negative 1.31 and a p-value of 0.0955. So that goes on the paper. So this would be p equals 0.4. We've got a z of negative 1.31 and then a p-value 0.0955. So we make the decision with a p-value of 0.0955. There is little evidence that females are underrepresented in executive positions at this company. So again, be careful. You can only fail to reject to get this. So there is no evidence that this is true. We cannot accept this. So we cannot say there is evidence that p equals 0.4. You can't say that. Okay?